Luke Willis, after your comeback win last month, how are things with you?
Sad. Nice one for having me around, mate. Appreciate you coming down. Sad, just been, where are we now? It's been 3 weeks, has it?
Yeah.
Something like that. So it's been ticking over. Not going on really mad, just enjoying myself in the gym and doing it with a smile.
Do you view this win last month almost as a comeback because you spent so much time?
Yeah, it's got to be, I think it's got to be. I've always never felt like a boxer, you know what I mean? So I couldn't really do much because I was always trapped. I was thinking, because I can't really say anything, can't do nothing because I haven't boxed for 2.5 years.
Yeah.
And I've just been so on and off with the sport and not happy with it, and I'm just lost. I was a lost boxer and it went through no fault of my own. I went with different managers down different avenues and couldn't get the doors open that I wanted open, you know what I mean? And it took 2.5 years to get to this point, you know what I mean? And I had to fly out the country, fight a Spanish kid in his own backyard just to get a 6-9, you know what I mean? That's how hard the sport is, but that's how dedicated I am to achieve my dreams.
Just about to ask that, because I had a little look on your record, and it's the only fight outside the country on your record. So what's that like, your comeback win being in Spain?
Do you know what it makes no difference? A box out of the country is amateur, you know what I mean? So it's a fight, isn't it? You know what I mean? You go into the ring and you just 4 corners, square circle, mate, and that's all relevant to me. That's what commanded people, you know what I mean? I've got to do, like, my passport had run out, and I don't need to get that sorted, I had to make weight and do everything. That's part of the sport, mate. If you don't like it, mate, don't do it. Yeah. As you say, if it was easy, mate, everyone would do it.
Yeah, of course, yeah. Now, talk to me about the process, because as I understand it, it was relatively short notice, about a week to 10 days. 9 days, yeah. 9 days, I got caught, funny enough, don't get me wrong, I'm on the Matchroom meals, shout out to the Matchroom chef as well. I'm on the Matchroom meals every day, except a Sunday. But this one day, I went in work and me and my mate Ronnie, we went for the 5 guys. Yeah. So I've got my 5 guys, we're sitting there with it, and I got my phone goes, and I've got my drink, and my meal and phone goes, and I said, hold that for a second, Tony. I said, what's happening, lad, you alright? And he's like, lad, I said, how's your weight? And I've been like, Sam, you know, lad, it was relatively okay. He said, Sam, well, you could be fighting in Barcelona. Could be fighting in Barcelona in 9 days. I'll give you the shout and let you know what they say. So I was like, Sam, and then that was my test. I was like, do we eat this 5 guys? I'm like, nah. I said, I waited so long, I said, I'm not going to fuck up my opportunity by having a 5 guys and throw that away, mate. I said, and then I went and checked my passport. My passport ran out. I was like, nightmare, but got it all sorted in the end, and everything went smoothly, mate. It was, do you know what, it was like a little holiday for me. Yeah. Have you been to Barcelona before?
Yeah, once before. Yeah.
So did you get any chance to up the city, or was it?
No, Joe, it was strictly just business. Don't get me wrong, we had a little laugh, but it was there for the purpose. Yeah. When it was a holiday, me, Steve, JJ, we had a screen. You know what I mean? I was with my mates. Steve's my coach, he's also my best mate, like a brother to me. He's also my boss as well, you know what I mean? So he's a big role model to me, mate, and if it weren't for him, mate, I wouldn't be boxing. Yeah. At the moment, you know what I mean, I wouldn't be boxing again, but he has given me a second chance at the sports and in life as well, and without people like him, mate, a lot of people wouldn't box, you know what I mean? He's a good role model. Yeah, 100%. And like, I was on holiday with my mates, so but strictly just business, and I had a job to do. But still, we had that balance of having a laugh. Yeah. But sticking to the game plan, you know what I mean? It was good, I enjoyed it.
And if we talk about the game plan, how do you look back on your performance? If you had to give me a rating out of 10, what would you give me?
For you
personally?
5 out of 10. 5
out of 10?
Yeah, 5 out of 10. Because that weren't me nowhere near my best. That was just me keeping it controlled, composed at my pace and not doing anything. I was stuck in second gear. You know what I mean? I didn't need to go to 3, 4 or 5, you know what I mean? I didn't because he went on my level, you know what I mean? He was just coming, I was kept telling him after the round, I said, I'm going to get you. You know what I mean? After the second round, I said, I'm going to get you. Third round, got him. But then I realised how tough he was. Yeah. He was too tough for his own good, and I thought, I'm just going to get the round in and enjoy it. Yeah. And it was my first Matchroom show. Yes. And so I just wanted to soak it all in, and don't get me wrong, all outside, but when the first round goes, isn't clean a couple of times, come here, Eddie going, shots. I was like, weird that. You know what I mean? It's weird that Eddie showing for me, but I've half manifested it as well, because I wanted it so bad, and I've envisioned it so much. It's all rolling out. I said to you before in the car, I said, like, I don't stress about it, you know, let the universe look after it, because if it's meant to be, it'll be, you know what I mean? Because the more I stress over something, the worse it'll get, because I'll obsess over it. But then just come to the gym, I'd say I enjoy, you know what I mean? And then I'll go home, got 2 little girls, me bird, look after them, make sure they're all happy, and I don't stress over nothing anymore, you know what I mean? Because what will be, you know what I mean? And what's the point in stressing over it, you know what I mean, until it actually happens.
As you know, I interview a lot of boxers, but I also interview a lot of UFC fighters.
I've seen.
And what I sometimes like to ask the guys in the UFC, I'll ask you this similar question, is what were you more nervous for, your pro debut or this comeback fight?
Oh, my pro debut, I reckon. Because the comeback fight was, although I've been out the ring for 2.5 years, I've been out the gym for 2.5 years, and I know who I am. That's 2.5 years, don't mean I've grew as a person more than anything, and I've matured a lot. I look back to who I was 2.5-3 years ago, I'd be like, who's that guy? It's not me, you know what I mean? And I look at me now, and I'm more of a man, I'm more of a mature, wiser person. So that's where that comes into play, because I go into the ring and I know what I'm doing. So don't get nervous over things. Don't get me wrong, I mean butterflies and that. But my pro debut was more like I'd only boxed a couple of times at amateur out at that guard, so it was all relative, and it was all relatively new, you know what I mean? And I didn't know what I was going into with the small gloves and so on, but I'd say I was more nervous for my debut than this comeback fight, because the comeback fight, I know what I'm doing. And plus as well, when I've got a kid who I know is going to come to win, I know it's easier for me. People might get more nervous that someone is actually going to come to win than a journeyman just comes to show up. But them journeymen come to show up, mate, you've got everything to lose with them. And that's it,
Short little, what would you call it, little interlude there, but let's continue.
And death there.
You just wanted an appearance, that's all it was.
It's alright. And when an opponent comes to win with me, I enjoy. I know that I've got nothing to lose as well, either. You know what I mean? It's a proper fight. Then when I'm going in with an opponent who just comes to survive, what's the point? This is what I see people thinking, like I was saying to you before, like unlicensed and if you're that good and you're fighting for all these titles, like go and fight as an amateur. Go on the ABAs, you're 30 years old and you're fighting for the title in the local boozer. Go on the ABAs, and I'll happily watch some 18-year-old kid dancing around in the school, but it's all ego as well. And it's all insecurities, and they want to keep their ego. And it's like the same in boxing, mate. People want to keep that O on the record. I'm not scared to lose my own. If you're good enough to beat me, you'll beat me. But I'm also willing to put it all on the line, especially for titles. And this is why I've been avoided for 2.5 years, because I've called on I've called on with loads of people. I've called on with Scott Carver, who's now retired, called on with Joe Murray, who's now retired, I've called on with Joe Cordine, and they got the fight a couple of times, but it never happened. Who else? There was Ritson, who's not my weight anymore, but see, all these fighters means I'm willing to fight them. You know what I mean? Like, I was meant to fight King Baker on a Matchroom show. Just turned around and said, no, don't want it. You know what I mean? Like, these are meant to be boxers. You know what I mean? But I don't think it's the boxers who are saying no. I think it's the managers who are looking after them. So
why do you think it is? Do you think that's a little bit of like the risk reward between the chance of them getting beat in comparison with your skill set?
Well, if they beat me, what do they get from it?
That's what I meant.
They don't get nothing. No, they get beat a little underkeeper kid. You know what I mean? But the chances on them beating me are slim to none. You know what I mean? They're not going to beat me. You know what I mean? And you know that I'm a southpaw who comes to fight, and I come to put it on you, and I'll win. You won't be. The thing is, I haven't lost a round. Never mind the fight. You know what I mean? So, like, what's the point unless I've got a title? Then it's risk reward. You know what I mean? So I get it. I understand the business side of boxing and the politics of it. It's just, it's not fair.
No, it's
you know what I mean? But at the end of the day, I've still stuck it out. Because I know that opportunities like my last fight can come. You stay ready, don't have to get ready.
Yeah.
And I am always ready, you know what I mean? And as I was saying to you before, I've only done 6 and 8 rounders, can't wait to do a 10 on the 12 because I know I'll get better through the fight.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I know more who I am as a fighter as well. Some people, you see them, they don't know who they are as a fighter. They'll fight at someone else's pace, and
yes.
they'll always go at theirs, see what they're going to do first. And I know who I am.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I know what I can do, so I want to test myself as well. Look, as I was saying to you before, I see all these champions and that, which is, look, the quality, world-class fighters, but I look at them as competition.
Yeah.
They're my competition.
Yeah.
I don't look at them as a million miles away from me. No, Max Hughes has got the British title. Lewis Barringall and Mara Mills fighting for the English title on Friday. So I've got me close eye on them, one step at a time, but mate, there's got to be an end goal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I know my level. You know what I mean? I'm not going to sit here and start saying I've got a big ego and that, but I know my level.
Yeah.
I just want a chance to show.
Yeah.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah. It's been well documented through about yourself and obviously through your manager Tony about the difficulties of getting your fight. So I would imagine a big part of this next stage of your career is just keeping active as much as you can.
Tony said to me, he's put me forward for the English title, which is getting 4-4 on Friday. He said, but even if you only get out in 8 rounds, next I said, mate, look, as long as it's not another 2.5 years, mate, I'm not bothered. You know what I mean? As long as I'm still active and I've got something to work towards, I get it. But bear in mind, mate, Tony doesn't make nothing from me. He only does this out of the, he just decided to get me in a better position. Yeah. So I don't really want to case him. He'll get his opportunity for me. Say, this is the date, let's go. And mate, people have got a lot to say about Tony, but mate, he's a real person. And he's helped me a lot, you know what I mean? Even just getting me the one fight, he looks after his own. Yeah. And he is reaching back down, because he's made it, you know what I mean? He's reaching back down, he's opened his own, and, which is good to see, because if I ever make it or do become a success, that's what I'll do, because I know how hard the sport is, and he knows how hard the sport is, and he's obviously, as I said to you, I'd swear boxing. I was done out playing boxing again, just happy to go and just live a regular life. I ain't happy with it, but obviously it is what it is. I've got 2 little girls I need to prepare for, and I'm on the car park, away from the car park, and he pulls up one day and he's like, what's happening, Luke? What's happening? So I said, what are you doing? I said, I just swear, they can't get a fight, let me see what I can do for you. I said, Luke, I can't promise you nothing, but I'll try my best for you. I said, Joe, what? I said, that's where me going back to you. So I won't get ready. And then since then, mate, I ask him, I say to him, you say jump, mate, I say how high. And you just let me know who I'm fighting, and when I'm fighting, he says, cool by me. And every time he's having an opportunity, mate, I've been ready.
Out of interest, and this might be a bit of a personal question, but do you feel any bitterness for the last 2.5 years? Because that's a large part of your prime.
I did. For the 2.5 years, mate, this is what I mean, this is why I have matured as a person, because I've got it's no one's fault. Yeah. It's not my fault, it's not anyone's fault, it's the sport, and mate, and like, plus people said, oh, it's COVID, that's bullshit, mate. Boxing was fighting, boxing was on. Yeah. Through the things, it have done me a favour, because at this point, all people who was fighting was genuine, and this is why I separated from Steve Wood, because I wanted to fight on bigger shows against, because he couldn't get me them opportunities, he just couldn't open the doors through no fault. He's a nice person, Steve Wood, I've got loads of time for him, but he couldn't open the doors for me, so I thought I'll go down another avenue and try and get with a different manager to open the doors for me, and I seen how hard it was, and I was getting bitter, you know what I mean, and I was like, oh, is it me? And there'd be times where I'd be like, why is he getting this opportunity and I'm not, you know what I mean, and why is that, and I'd sit down and look at it properly, and I could go into detail, but no point, but I understand, I get it, you know what I mean, it's more of a compliment, you know what I mean, it's like, well, no one wants to fight you, you don't want to fight you, and I'm not GGG or anyone like that, you know what I mean, but I was like, do you want fair play, you've got to take, it's like life, you've got to take the good with the bad, and you've got to stick it out if you really want it. I've stuck it out, and it was, before, you know, it's 2.5 years time, and I was sitting there, I was watching the shows, and you know, I just want the opportunity. It's not like I'm just one of these kids who just turned over, just on a whim. I boxed until I was a baby, you know what I mean, it's been the only thing I've been good at, you know what I mean, hence me fucking, the jobs I've had, loads of different jobs, and I'm not a tradesman, you know what I mean, and I'm one of the lads, I'm just a boxer, you know what I mean, and I know I'm good as well. I know my potential. I'm 29 now, going on 30, so I'm in my prime.
Yeah.
And if there's a time to do it, the time's now. You know what I mean? And I've had my 6-nighter, I've had my little taste of it. You know what I mean? So I've got the bug back now. I'm in the gym. You can see the vibe in the gym. It's good, isn't it? We're all having a laugh. There's a nice little vibe in the gym, and I've got the young ones to keep me on my toes. And then there's me and Nathan with experience, and then there's Steve, JJ, and David. I'm in a good place. Yeah. Boxing, but and life as well. I'm finally in a good place. It took me years to get here, mate. You know what I mean? Because boxing's easy, mate. Life's hard. Yeah. And if your life's not right outside the ring, your boxing's not going to be right inside the ring. Yeah. So I've had to juggle both of them, and slowly getting there. Don't get me wrong, I still work. We work 4 days a week, 12-hour shifts, and 4 days off. But as I said before, mate, if it was easy, mate, everyone would do. You know what I mean? And if I really wanted that bad, but you can't handle it, mate, get out the kitchen. You know what I mean?
Yeah. What is the next? I often like to ask people this question. It's always interesting what they say. We're in May 2021 now. Where would you like to be in an ideal world come the 1st of May 2022? What does the next 12 months look like?
British champion.
British champion?
Yeah. I think I will as well, though. I know I will, actually, because I know them opportunities are going to come up. Yeah. You know what I mean? If you go and ask Max Hughes a year and a half ago, would he be British champion and beat all these kids, he'd have said no. But there's opportunities are coming, he's took them. You know what I mean? And now he's sitting there, British champion, and I know I know my opportunity, because there's no such thing as a coincidence, mate. And I've had a few mad ones, you know what I mean, where it's like, wow, I'm meant to box, I'm meant to be here, and I'm meant to do this. Because if it weren't, mate, I'd have swerved it a long time ago. Yeah. But I know I'm meant to do it, and I don't want to start like all spiritual and shit like that, but what's meant to be, all year is meant to be. You know what I mean? So I don't stress over it, and I think by the 1st of May 2022 I'll be British champion.
Throughout this conversation, one word that keeps...
Or knocking on the door for the British title.
Throughout this conversation, one of the big words that keeps coming up from you is opportunity. And you seem very at peace with the fact that letting the process take place.
Opportunities will come though. You can't go looking for opportunities, because you won't find them. I hate this, I say the law of attraction and that, but you've got to know it will be done. You got to believe. You know, you got the self-belief. I was speaking to some kid the other day in the car park, and he was doing uni work, and he was on about like the effects of making weight for the brain and all stuff like that. And he's like, all these fighters do, or monitors checks this, checks that. And I thought, where was that 30 years ago? Where was it? And don't get me wrong, it's good for you, and I'd like to have a little look at it, you know what I mean? But I wouldn't do it for every camp and that. So why? Because I'm not weak-minded. I know when the going gets tough, I know what I've got there, I know what I've got there. Only weak-minded people need that. Because the going gets tough, they're going in there, my lung capacity was at that, this, that, you know what I mean? That's just for weak-minded people. You do the training, you dedicate yourself, you don't need telling twice on paper what you need to do, you know what I mean? And I think there's too many avenues, or you need to have this much protein, this, that, which is, look, you need to eat right. But you don't need to stick to them. People lose sleep over it and stressed out over it. At the end of the day, mate, it's a sport. So, and it can affect your life. You'll be able to enjoy your life as well. Yeah. You know what I mean? And I think I would say to Steve all the time, say, what a happy boxer's a one, he goes a dangerous boxer. And it is, you've got to stay happy, mate, because if you let it make you miserable, mate, it'll come out into your fights.
Like anything in life, I suppose.
Yes, as I said before, mate, you've got to get your outside life right, for your boxing life to get right, because if it's all mad outside the gym, as I say, some of the kids walking in and try and educate them, I don't go on like I know it all, but try and let them learn from my mistakes, and I say, it's not what happens inside you. It's what you do outside. You know what I mean? It's how you live your life outside. You know what I mean? You can do all you want here, be the best boxer, best trainer, but it's how you're living outside. You know what I mean? Because that will take effect what happens in you.
100%. Well, I'm very happy that we got to sit down and talk today.
I appreciate you coming down.
It was great. It was great that we could finally do it, because the original intention was to maybe speak before the fight, but we couldn't get that
time. You were messaging me
yeah.
and I think you were busy as well, mate.
Yeah, well, you obviously had, as we said, short notice, so you know nothing can be done there. But I very much look forward to hopefully seeing you back in action soon as well.
Yeah, hopefully June, July, August, whenever opportunity. You know what I mean? I'm always ready.
That's the key word.
Stay ready. Yeah.
Before we finish, Luke, how can people find you on social media?
@_BoxerWillis_ and then I think it's Luke Willis 1991 on Twitter.
Okay. Yeah. And before we finish, as I give an opportunity to every single guest, anything you would like to say or sign off with?
I'd just like to thank all my sponsors, Gated Security, Legacy Developments, Joe from the Macro Chef, and the Cryo Clinic for all stuck with me for the past 2.5 years, and they've really like, I'm really grateful for them, because without them, we wouldn't be able to do it. Yeah. You know what I mean? They are good people, and I'd like to thank my coaches, Steve, Dava and JJ, because without them I wouldn't be able to do it as well.
Yeah, super. Great talking to you today.
Nice one tonight. Thank you.